Welcome back to Hawk Talk. We're here with Coach Stanton. Coach, before we touch on the playoff game this upcoming weekend, let's go back to the North Star Bowl.
You know, it's a good game for us. We had a chance to play Dakota State again after losing to them a few weeks earlier, and our guys did a good job after we came back and got the Mayville win and got the conference championship there. I think we did a good job of preparing and just really put together a good game on both sides of the ball. I think the key to the game was, we got off to a good start. We took the ball in the first possession. We usually don't do that. We wanted to get off to a good start, and we ran the ball down the field and scored on Trey's run there, and then get a turnover right away and get another score and got off to a big start was big for us. And I thought played well on both sides of the ball, but I think particularly offensively we put together one of our best games in a long time and did a good job.
Now that kind of left you with an interesting situation, not knowing whether there was another game or not, and a week before the selection show. So talk about how you handled that week in between.
Well, we gave them a few days off, and then usually on a bye week you kind of know who you're playing the following week, and we didn't know that, so we just wanted to stay sharp and get on the field for 3 days. We went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and just went back to some of the fundamental things and just making sure we're executing and staying on top of things. And then we came back Sunday, and we thought when we were 21st, that is, if things went okay and there was a team or two ahead of us that got beat, that we'd have a good chance of getting in, and that happened. And then we came back Sunday and we're ready to go.
Now talk about the selection show. There's some footage leaked of that and the team celebrating once they saw that they were in. Just talk about what that means for the team.
Yeah, it's exciting for everybody on the team. It's exciting for the school, for the region, for the community of Dickinson. I think that's it's been since 2010 since we've been in the national playoffs, and our guys earned that. We worked hard and overcame some things and just kind of stayed together here and just really had a good year, and it was good for us to get back in, and our guys were excited about that.
Now our opponent, Montana Tech, provides a lot of different intriguing aspects to that matchup, one of which being our previous time in the Frontier, didn't go as any of us wanted. So this is an interesting opportunity for some of the seniors to get another crack at a Frontier school, and just talk about what that means to them, and also just what Tech's going to prove to be as challenging on the field.
Well, yeah, Montana Tech's a very good team, and we're they're not the same team they were 2 years ago, and we're certainly not the same team we were 2 years ago, and they're a very good team. Anytime you go through the Frontier Conference and go 9-1 in that conference, they're very solid, very very good on both sides of the ball. Offensively, they have a great rushing attack. They have a unique situation this year where they lost a couple of their quarterbacks, but they haven't missed a beat offensively by going with some wildcat looks and playing another quarterback in there, and he's done a great job. And they're very well coached. They have a good scheme on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they'll come at you from a lot of different angles, and they're very fast and aggressive there, and they'll get up in the secondary and do a good job of defending you. So they're very well coached, well disciplined, very very athletic team, and we know they're very good.
Now our bunch of our players and even our coach received some recognition from the North Star Conference. Talk about what other coaches pinning our players as all conference performers means to the squad.
Well, I think it's a good thing, and I think it's a reflection of your team doing well. There's some certain individuals that get the honors, and rightfully so, but it's the team doing well, and I think Trey was the MVP in the offense. He had a good year and just did a lot of good things, but you don't do those good things without an offensive line in front of you, and a couple of those guys were all conference guys who did a great job for us all year long. And then defensively, our defensive front has done a good job rushing the passer and doing things, and all year long, and a couple of those guys were there as well. And then our back end guys in the secondary, 3 of those guys are all conference, and we have a 4th guy that's a really good player too. And then if you add a 5th guy in Rob Sterling, who was first team all conference last year, who's been playing quarterback some this year, so and then we're 3rd in the nation in pass defense. So I think a lot of it is just the team part of it, and those honors are great because the team's done well.
Now, team is obviously led by its head coach, who also received Coach of the Year honors in the North Star, and Coach will take the boys into Butte 12 o'clock Saturday. If you're able to make it, we'd love your support. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, we're back on Hawk Talk with part-time cheerleader, part-time quarterback. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Kayla Ray.
Kayla, talk about your role in this year. It's kind of been pretty interesting. just tell us where you started and where you are now as far as your role.
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey, to say the least. Kind of got a little banged up in fall camp, broke the collarbone, and my role changed a little bit from playing quarterback to trying to coach up the quarterbacks. And that wasn't as bad as it seemed. It was fun, and it helped me learn a lot. Honestly, it helped me become a lot more patient, and it was just a different perspective of the game. So I think I benefited a lot from it.
And now got a little bit of action kind of halfway through the year, but then Mayville and Dakota State, you really kind of took over that quarterback role and started getting back on the field, and just talk about what that felt like to be out there again.
Yeah, it was nice. I kind of got a little teaser against Waldorf. I got in for a couple drives and then ended up banging it up again. But I was able to come back a little bit from Mayville and Dakota State, and that was definitely fun. It's just a good time being out there with the teammates that you put in all the work with, and those guys make it really fun.
Now the team obviously off to where we want to be
Yes,
in the playoffs, playing November football. Talk about the journey to here. When you started here, wins weren't as
That's true.
as natural.
Right.
Now it seems we're really rolling. Talk about that.
Yeah, my first season here I think was one of the worst seasons we've had, and so just where we've come today, it's just it's been a huge process, and the people that have endured it and stuck with it, it really shows the character in them, and shows like all the hard work's really paying off. So it's been great.
And what was it like Sunday to? First, I should ask, what was it like the entire week, not really knowing? I know myself, I was nervous figuring out all the matchups and how we needed them to go or how we wanted them to go. But talk about from a player's perspective, it being kind of outside of your control.
Yeah, we didn't really. Well, I guess as a player, I didn't really know 100% what needed to happen for us to make the playoffs. But and I just tried to kind of ignore it as much as I could. It was tough, but whatever happens. We were all hopeful. We had hopeful expectations, but we didn't want to, completely think that we were in. So, but when we got the news Sunday, it was just complete elation, and we were just super excited, and we're still excited.
Sure.
We're on a mission this week, so it's gonna be a good time.
Touch on the opponent a little. Another chance at a Frontier school and a game in Montana, which means a lot to
Yeah.
Roster full of Montana kids, it seems like. So
definitely
just talk about that opportunity.
Big time. We have a lot of Montana kids on our roster, and so I know a lot of them are excited to go back to their home state and play in a playoff game. I know it means a lot to their families and their friends. And they're a good opponent, definitely. Watching a lot of film, breaking it down. They're an aggressive defense, and it's going to be a challenge, but something we're definitely up for.
Now, a lot of your teammates were given all conference awards, and even your coach of the year. Talk a little bit about that and how that kind of shows individual recognition, but for a team.
Yeah, those are individual awards, but it just shows the process and the character and the talent that a team has as a whole. And, when you have that many all-conference kids, I don't know, was it 15, 16, 17?
I can't do
something.
I'm a business major, not a math major. So.
Something unreal. And then it only makes sense that the whole team's being led by the coach of the year. So when you put that piece into the puzzle, it's pretty easy to see.
One last question. You're a vocal leader, charismatic guy. Give me your funniest moment throughout this season so far.
Funniest moment throughout the season, gosh. Shoot, I was just talking about this yesterday too. Oh, something that happened that nobody knew what happened. Seth Moorkirky and I, we've been going back with quarterbacking. We also punch the ball, and before Jamestown game, their punter, I swear, he's going to the league. Their punter, and I was talking crap to Seth. I was like, Seth, this punter's way better than you. I'm sorry. Well, we were on, I think, our own 40-yard line, and he starts walking out to the field. It was 4th down. He starts walking out the field to punt. He goes, Kaler, pinning this on the 1. And I just laughed at him, and he pinned it on the 1-yard line, like 60-yard.
I recall that play.
And I lost my mind. It was hilarious. It was my favorite part of the whole season. It was fun.
All righty. Well, hopefully, if he does have to punt again this weekend,
yeah, hopefully it's that
same
successful.
thing will happen.
Exactly, definitely.
But, thank you for your time.
Appreciate you having me.
Good luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot, man.